realized why the bouncers were at the house when my dad died. My mom didn't want me to tell my dad what my brother had done to me because then that would mar his. I mean, I'm like, so you think I'm like, haven't seen you guys in 20 years and I'm going to come to his deathbed and go, hey, Dad, guess what? Your precious son, he's a pimp and a rapist. You know, like I was going to like for years, my whole childhood, and that's why I was a slut. Like you thought I was a slut, but that's why you thought I was going to do that with my daughter and her new baby and my 13-year-old son who had never seen them. You thought I was going to like sit down and have that chit chat with them. People, and they called me paranoid. Like I'm paranoid? Like, yeah. Wow. All right, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you knew my parents, my natural parents, and that as I grew, you recognized the traits of my bio dad. The singing and the dancing, the little voices and shit, which I know is from trauma. The comical voices. I talk for the animals all day long. And I'm thinking, I'm starting to hear myself. And I've got other people living here now, and I'm going, oh my God, I sound like a fucking lunatic. And I talked to my therapist about it a few years ago, and in relation to other people, my son or whatever, and I realized I was doing it too. He said, it's trauma. It's a childlike, instinctive, like knee-jerk, it's like a reflex. And it seems to help us, the traumatized, regulate our emotion and mood and brain functioning and all that shit. And I believe in it. I believe it's true. Because my dad used to get so pissed. Stop talking like that. Stop talking. Can't you talk in a normal voice? I can. But my brain something in me keeps pushing me to talk for the dog, talk for the cat. And it makes me feel more comfortable. Because I asked my son when he had tics. He developed tics at one point when he was about 11. And it would look like Tourette's actually too. And I said, and I talked to him about it after we were able to eliminate it for a day or two or three with herbs and diet and stuff. Then he lost his fear of it so much because he was terrified it was never going to stop. So I couldn't talk about it, about like how he felt about it or what it was like. But once he started getting days where he didn't tic, then he felt more comfortable. I said, well, what's it like? Is it like your movement is like you can't control it? And he says, oh, that's the other thing. That's the thing that we think is Tourette's. That I can't control. He said, but other things, the tics, I can control. But the urge is so strong to make the movement or the sound that I feel I have to do it. He's like, I don't have to do it. But then I get like really like I feel like I'm going to explode. So he did this Laurel and Hardy thing for a while. And then whatever. And it was so cute. It was cute. It was sad that it was happening, but he would develop cute tics. So, I mean, and they would change. But he said it was just, so I started realizing, hey, wait a minute, I'm doing this too. With the animal voices and stuff. So when those faces came out on Messenger and I was able to make that documentary of the parents' faces and me and all that, it was so cathartic. It was so therapeutic. It was so healing. And to show it to my therapist and have him laugh as hard as anybody who's seen that, we all did. A lot of you probably haven't seen it because it's really crass. It's so ugly. A lot of it. It's just But I needed to do it, and that was the story as told to me by my biological parents. Now there was a couple little subjects that I made up because it was funny that I said that they did, but they didn't. But most of the shit that was in there, they did it. They said it and they did it. In the documentary, they did it. They did it. So. They both admitted that was the story. I was like, God, maybe that was the story and they were sticking to it. Maybe the story was different. That's the story I got. And like, maybe they agreed to it. Like, if she ever finds us, this is the story, right? I think it might have been like that. I don't know. But I think it really pissed my parents off because they must have known my dad, my bio dad. And they must have known he was a pansy, dancing, singing little flamer, and they're just like, oh my God, look, oh my God. And the experience that they had must have been very traumatic for them because they were told babies are blank slates. My mother thought she was going to raise me up and I was going to be just like her. She was a model. I mean, when she was younger, she was just, but she never tried to teach me anything. So I don't understand why she thought I was going to be like her when she wouldn't let me do anything. Nothing. Didn't teach me how to do chores. I mean, nothing. I mean, except to clean my room. That was it. She showed me how to do laundry when I was a little older, and that was literally it, man. I mean, I had to clear the table, load the dishwasher, put the dishes away. That's it. I could sweep a floor, but I didn't know how to keep a house clean, do shit. I wanted to be just like her. And she wanted me to be just like her, but she had no intention of helping me become her. Here it comes. God damn it. All right, have a great day, YouTube.